Hello there everybody, if it's your first time with us today, welcome, and if you've been here before, welcome back. Today we will be finishing up our series on tactics, getting into one of my favorite motifs, and that is the Desperado. Well, just what is a desperado? When we think of it, we usually think of the Wild West, right? The old gunslinger. The sheriff's been chasing after him for ages. They finally hunted him down to town, but he's not going to go down without a fight. We're going to go out guns blazing in a big blaze of glory. And how are we going to make that happen on the chessboard? Let's go ahead, dive right in, and take a look. So, in our first position here, we've got something that's fairly common out of the opening. We see things like this in the Ruy Lopez a lot. Black has castled, white has castled, and with Black's last move, he brought his knight over to h5. Now, this is always a precarious move, and why is that? Well, you've put that knight in line with our queen over here on d1. So how can we take advantage of that with white? Well, go ahead, pause your video, think for a moment, see if you can come up with a move. And what we're going to play here, knight takes e5, grabbing that pawn on e5 and unleashing the queen's attack on the knight on h5. Now, of course, our knight is toast. He's going to be captured, and Black's going to go ahead and snag him back up. But that knight, he didn't go down without a fight, right? He grabbed as much as he could on the way out. He's that desperado knight, taking that extra pawn for us. And after queen takes h5, we have a nice pawn advantage out of our opening. Let's see what other desperados we can find out on the board today. Well, this time we've got the black pieces, and if we count it, we are up a full bishop here in this position. But unfortunately for us, white has just attacked that bishop, as well as our rook, and there's really just not a good way to save these pieces. We can't bring our rook into the defense of the bishop, the knight, the pawns are in the way, and if we try to play bishop to e5 and defend our rook, then knight takes e5 will remove the defender, and we'll be losing that piece, and we don't really want that. We want to make sure that we get as much as we can if we're going to lose a piece, right? So how can we use that desperado idea and not go softly into this good knight? Well, here the move is going to be bishop takes h2, and once again the whole idea, grab what we can, right? We know our bishop's going down, don't let him go down without a fight, and after king takes h2, now we can move the rook to safety. We can play a move such as rook to d6, and even though we did have to give that bishop up, we are still up a full pawn in our position here with the two knights versus two rooks, and we've got good chances to fight for a win. So even when we're under attack, always look for ways to grab as much as we can, and let's see how we can put that desperado to use in one last position here. Well, we've got another wild one, and this time it's the ladies who are under siege on both sides. White has played d5 and attacked the enemy queen on e6, and black responded with a pawn push of his own, playing c5 here, and attacking the white queen as well, playing pawn c6 to c5, I should note, so there is no ability to use the en passant idea of d takes c6. So in this position, both queens are under attack. Of course, if we take black's queen, our queen will simply be taken as well. That doesn't seem like it's going to get us what we want, so how can we use that theme of desperado and maintain an advantage, grab a lead in the game here? Alright, well hopefully you've seen the idea by now. We're gonna give that queen up with queen takes b6, but this time, rather than giving her up for nothing, we're grabbing that knight on the way out, and now black has to make a serious decision. He can move his queen away to safety, or he can trade the queens off, but in either case, we will be up a full knight. So after something, for example, like queen to d7, we can now move our queen away with a move like queen to a5, and we'll be able to reroute her to safety without too much trouble. Up a full knight in this game, we should go on with a nice win for white. So hopefully you know now how to use that Desperado motif, put those pieces going down in their blazes of glory, grabbing as much as they can on their way out. If you have any questions, be sure to leave them in the comment sections below, and I look forward to seeing you guns blazing in your games to come. Best of luck.